remind everybody what you signed up for to be an entrepreneur, right? Take it for somebody who has come out on the other side of hardship, struggle, getting the ever-living shit beat out of me, going bankrupt, losing everything, losing the relationships, the friendships, having the banks and the creditors on my ass, not wanting to get up in the morning and fight, not wanting to deal with any of that stuff, right? Just make this go away. I've been there. A lot of people in this room have been here. It is not those times that define you. I want to remind you. Number one, there are millions, literally millions of businesses right now because of the economy, because of interest rates getting hiked up, because of inflation, because of supply chain issues, because crypto crashed, there are really, really smart business people right now that their businesses are struggling. You are not impervious to that. You are allowed to struggle. Shit happens. The market has moved. There's a lot of really smart people that, never saw it coming. And their business, Peloton in the middle of the COVID pandemic, they were printing fucking money. They were God's gift to the stock market. They were the greatest, the second coming of Christ here, right? This is the greatest company ever. Fast forward 18 months later, CEO hit the fucking bricks, right? Stock is basically worthless, company's going down. Those are really, really, really smart people. And that have billions and billions and billions of dollars invested. And that's one example, by the way. That ultimately, they got caught a little bit over the top of their skis, right? Got a little ahead of themselves. You're allowed to make mistakes, guys. It does not define you as a business person. It does not make you a bad leader. This moment, if you're struggling, is not that for you. This is your moment to shine. This is your moment to lean in. This is your moment to step the fuck up, to actually be the leader of an organization that is getting hit. Nobody ever promised you that you would never get hit. Go back and look in when you set up the LLC, when you got your logo, when you did all shit, nobody ever promised you, you're going to get out of this and never get hit. That was never in any of the guidelines when you signed up to be an entrepreneur. This is what it looks like. It's okay. This moment does not define you. How you react to it does. Everybody hear me? I know they're handing these forms out. Just everybody look up at me for a minute. See, let's stop doing that for a second. I want you to listen to me. This moment, if you're struggling, does not define you. How you react to it does. The best advice I can give you is act like your kids are watching you in this moment. By a show of hand, how many of you have kids? Okay. If they were struggling, if they're 25, 35 years old and they're struggling in their business and got a little ahead of their skis and they were coming to you for advice, Mom, Dad, what do I do right now? You've been there. What advice would you give them? And my question for you is, are you following that? Would you tell them to curl up in a ball and hope it goes away? Would you tell them to, just play small, play weak? Let this get the best of you? Don't worry about it, baby. Go back and go to work for somebody else? Give up on your dream? Would that be the advice you give anybody? Because if it's good enough for you to give it, then it's good enough for you to take it. Lean in. Be a warrior. This is your time to shine. Be defined as the person that when you got hit, you got up. over and over and over that you will not be denied. Period. Do not compare your business to other businesses, which is a very tricky spot to be when you come into boardroom, right? Because you see, shit, man, my stuff, isn't hitting on all cylinders, and I get these guys that are up here and like, last three guys, bitch, we just print fucking money, right? Well, that can be a little intimidating. That does not serve you. It should serve to inspire you, but it does not serve you to compare. You fight your battle. You align yourself with the people in this room and outside of this room that make you better and fight. Go solve the problems one day at a time. Get your business right. Get your business healthy. Live to fight another day. And then get on to making it better. Learning or earning. Learning or earning. There's a season in your business where you're earning and you're crushing, but there is clearly a season in every business where you're equally learning from your mistakes. Nobody gets out of this without making mistakes. Ask me how I know, right? I've made plenty. I've fallen down more times than I even care to mention. It has never stopped me. But I will tell you that when you go through this, anything that feels like a struggle, it makes you so much better because this won't be the last time this happens to you. Period. And you will learn. I got it. I got what it takes to be great. It's wild that I never would have thought that I look back on losing everything in 2003. I would never have thought that being almost suicidal, basically praying for it all to end, that I would never would thought that I would look back on that 20 years later as the greatest gift that ever happened to me. That's actually the way I feel about it. Because I wouldn't be here. Or sure, I'd probably still be flipping groceries, right? But going through all that showed me I had what it took. So then the next time I got hit, 2008, 2010, 2014, when these hits come, it's almost like, I got this. I don't want to say I look forward to it, but there's a part of me that in some weird way, like, I kind of like, all right, it's time to get in the game, maybe. Maybe it's a little too easy. I need to be tested again. I still got what it takes. Let's go. How do I know? Because I proved it before. This is your moment to prove it. And it will pay dividends to you for the rest of your life. Does that make sense? You will be so much better when you fight through challenging times. So much better when you fight through challenging times. It will prove to you that you have the muscle to actually be a real business owner. Anybody can do this shit when it's easy. Anybody. It takes a real leader to be able to do this when it gets a little rocky. That steps up, puts everybody behind them, and says, I got it. Bring it. I got it. I'll figure this out. I don't care what it takes. That's a real leader. And that's somebody that your kids will be proud to call mom and dad. And they are watching you, and they will model you. So if you want them to be amazing people, be fucking amazing. And amazing doesn't mean, you've always got all the answers. Amazing means I'm willing to do whatever it takes. I'm willing to make the phone calls. I'm willing to be vulnerable. I'm willing to stand in front of a group of strangers and say, I fucking need help. And get that help and go do something about it. That's what amazing looks like. That's the reason that you're in this group. So my advice to you, I know some of you that, hey man, business is going great. I know others, because I was in the room, like, I'm still trying to figure some stuff out right now. It's a little challenging right now. My advice, be fucking amazing. Go get the help you need. Step up and do whatever it takes. Be a fucking warrior. Battle. Fight. Act like your kid is sitting right next to you. What do you want them to see? I want my kids to see dad struggle and persevere and come out on the other side of it. I welcome that, and I want you to get the same kind of attitude. It is not always about it's all falling down. No. This is your moment. Think about it. Just think about it differently. Yeah, it's tough, but this is my moment. This is my moment to shine. This is where I get to prove to everybody that I got what it takes. That's when you get into that headspace, you will become invincible. You sit around the corner feeling sorry for yourself, you will make that shit real. And it will hurt. And you will prolong the pain. Get out of the headspace of, again, nobody promised you this would not be pain-free. You guys have heard me use the example of going in, if you wanted to be an amazing UFC fighter, you're not going to go to fucking masterminds, and you're not going to go watch YouTube videos and listen to podcasts and read books and get all the knowledge it takes to become an amazing UFC fighter. At some point, you got to get in the ring, and if you get in the ring, what do you expect to happen? Kind of comes with the territory. I'm going to actually get hit in the face, and it is not going to be fun. I'm going to get choked out. I'm going to break some bones. I'm going to get bruised. And I'm gonna get the shit. That just kind of comes with the job. I expect to get hit. And I expect to get hit, get knocked out, suffer, go back to a corner, coaches, trainers, masterminds, people around me saying, this is how you can do better, and get right back in the ring and expect to get hit again. That is how champions are made. This is your moment to get hit. You should expect it. Some of you just haven't been hit in a long time. It's okay. Expect to get hit. And when you expect to get hit and you know it's coming, it's not that bad. It's okay. I expect this to happen. I don't expect it to be great every day. I expect to have challenges in my business. I expect to have sleepless nights. I expect to be like, oh shit, how are we going to fucking make payroll? I expect that. And always figure it out. This is that moment for you. So if you're struggling, just put it in the right context, give yourself the fuel that you need, and attack the business. Because it's doable. And this is how great leaders and great champions are made. They are not made by sitting on the sidelines and hoping you just somehow will evolve into a champion. It doesn't work that way. You're actually going to have to do some shit. You're actually going to have to get in there. So go for it. Give yourself the fuel that you need. And if you need me to get on the phone with you and get you fired up and get in your head and get you going, pick up the phone and call me. I will help you. But you got one shot at this thing. There are no mulligans. The clock is ticking. These days that you have, even the bad ones, are still precious. Embrace them. Take advantage of them. Do something every single day. Because that's the opportunity you've got.